All right, looks like we're live on Twitch and YouTube. Haven't started the show yet. We're just doing a little pre-show banter before we get the show proper started, waiting on Breakman. We usually start at 7 Eastern time, so if you're listening on the archives, you can join us live that time on Fridays. Today on the show, not a ton of news, which is to be expected. What else we got, Eric? We got a few reviews, or at least I got a review. I think yours are old in there, Eric.
Yeah, I need to change those.
Yeah.
I only bothered to make time to fix what was in the news, not much else.
Yeah. I got a pretty funny protesting the pandemic. I'll put that down right now. I see both sides of this issue, Eric, so that might be an interesting discussion that we will talk about today. Okay, lots of loaded subjects to talk about today on today's Grinders. I don't think it's going to be a super long show today. I don't know what's going on, man. If you're just joining us, we haven't started the show proper. Just waiting on Breakman to get on in. My internet's been a little bit shoddy for some reason. I don't know what the hell's going on there. So hopefully that'll settle down a little bit. What else? What do you got going on? How was your week, Eric?
That's fine, I guess.
Yeah, I know you're writing your reviews finally. That's cool. What are some of the places people can go to read your reviews, Eric? I know you got BostonBastardBrigade.com,
Totally GN, Fog Network.
Totally GN. These are sites that Eric writes for. He does it completely free. If you have time, search Eric Kelly on Patreon. There will be a link on his Twitter, which is at EricRPG. Send him a few bucks because he totally writes for free, and his reviews are worth reading. So make sure you go check out. What are your latest reviews that you're getting up, Eric?
Persona 5 Royal and Yakuza Remastered Collection.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
They aren't up yet, but I'm in the process of doing that.
That reminds me, I still don't have my fucking copy of Yakuza Remastered yet, which sucks. So yeah, lots of stuff going on today. Lots to get to.
Oh yeah, I guess we could talk about the stimulus check.
Oh yeah, did you get yours, Eric?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
And apparently there's a lot of confusion about people saying it was an advance on your tax refund and it's going to be taken out of taxes. That's not true. It is in fact a separate thing.
No, Eric,
you're not going to have to pay for it later.
Well,
despite the legalese might suggesting otherwise.
Well, okay, that's what they want you to think, Eric. Right there, you just said it. I've been through this song and dance before, right? We had that stimulus package with Obama way back in the day, and I can't even remember what we got that stimulus for, right? Oh, no, it was with Bush. Remember that stimulus deal? It had to be paid back, dude. This is a loan on our future tax returns. And I know, people want to say, no, the legalese is wrong and all this, but just mark my words. I mean, spend it if you have to, no question. That's not what I'm saying. If you're in trouble, there's no question, spend it. But if you don't have to spend it, just save it until you get your next tax return. Then it'll be a double bonus for you if there's no repercussions. You know what I'm saying, Eric? It's better to be safe than sorry. But I
do know that at least certain banks, for one, get credit union. Don't go to banks. Banks are criminals.
Yes, absolutely.
They'll try to take your check to pay off your debts.
Yep, absolutely. Go to open up a credit union thing. I don't think that they.
This is why I don't think that you have to pay it back, because they're gonna just do something like that anyway.
Well, Eric, I'm pretty sure, Eric, the legalese is the same that it was with that last stimulus check that I received, and I definitely had to pay it back. I don't trust what they're saying about it
But
at
you're
all.
also a minority. They might just be picking on you.
Well, I mean that's a possibility. Oh wow, it looks like my Yakuza is not. What kind of bullshit is this, man? I ordered that Yakuza remastered collection. It's not coming till April. I ordered it on the 10th. It's not coming till April 27th.
Mm.
I mean, I guess that's due to the fact that COVID and all that shit. And I'm not gonna complain too much because I got other games to play, so I'm not 100% worried about it. But still, that's just kind of unacceptable. I also ordered a gift, which I can't say what I ordered, for Bernie. It's like a surprise, and um, yeah, it was supposed to be like a priority, like 2-3 day mail, and now I don't even know where the package is. I was supposed to get it like Wednesday, and they're either way backed up the postal service or there's just some bullshit going on there. I don't know what the fuck is going on, Eric, anymore. Just one of those things. Wow, really happy to get that plug, man. Shark Radio Network just retweeted our tweet about going live here. That's really nice of them. That's my old pal Mallard from the Mallard Report. He talks like paranormal stuff, and we've talked before, and I'm obviously a skeptic. I don't believe in supernatural shit in the real world. I do like TV series and supernatural shit like that, but it's like the same thing with conspiracy theories, Eric. Like there's nobody that likes a good conspiracy theory more than myself, but in real life I don't believe that shit. Um so yeah, it's been a rough. I think people are really starting to get stir crazy, Eric, and that's why people are wanting to get out. But we'll talk about it during our pandemic discussion at the end of the show. I think it's ridiculous opening up. I hear tell Florida beaches are opening up already, starting today. I think Texas is going to reopen back up next week, which I think is going to be a disaster for Texas. We'll talk about it all on this edition of RP Grinders. If you're just joining us, the show's RP Grinders. I'm on with Eric. We haven't started the show proper yet. We're live every Friday at 7 Eastern Time talking video games, which, if you look at the news lately, not much to talk about, to be honest. But we do have some news stories. We also talk politics, conspiracy theories, aliens, skepticism, pop culture, games, movies. What else? What else, Eric? What else do we talk about?
I don't know.
Whatever we want, basically.
Yeah.
So it's a pop culture podcast with lots of twists and turns. You get to hear Breakman when he joins. He loves to say Japanese words, very nuanced Japanese words. He's very good at pronunciating them. What else? What else we got going on, Eric? Got a few minutes to fill. I don't see anybody in chat just yet. If you're in chat, give me a shout in chat. There have been problems. Restream is having a problem with Twitch, so I don't know what's going on there. Eric, can you see if we're live on Twitch? I don't know if you're able to do that while you're doing your thing.
Let's see.
Take a quick peek. Should say 587, episode 587.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. So we should be live. I don't know about the audio. I'm waiting for somebody to get in chat to confirm that they have audio. I do have a link for YouTube, so keep the Twitch chat up. And if Twitch is having problems, then YouTube is kind of a backup. So, yeah. So there you go. I mean, it's quarantine life, man. Like here, I don't know how they're doing it there, Eric, but here there's barricades on the main street here. They don't want through traffic. They've got signs for social distancing. Every business has a sign in front, which we'll get to the business aspect of this whole deal when we do our discussion at the end of the show. Um, Lots to talk about, man. I mean, lots and lots to talk about. Um, Gaming wise, not a lot of new stuff. I know Final Fantasy VII Remake is out. I did get a chance to play the demo, which I talked about. I think last week I talked about it, Eric. Um, I've got some reservations about that game. So maybe we'll talk a little bit about that. I'm sure we'll discuss it a little bit. Um, what else? What else we got going on, man? Twitter madness. Bernie almost got my stinko, Eric. I'm with you 100%, Eric. You were right to call it how you called it. I just wanted to hold out hope, dude, and he really fucked it up, Eric. There's no other way to put it. You know, it's just the way that it is, and nothing we can do about it, dude. But I'm telling you one thing, Eric. I will never vote Democratic again or Republican. I hate both parties. I think they're equally as shitty. I don't want to hear any excuses from people on the left saying, well, we're the party that's inclusive and cares about minorities and, social issues and all that. You guys don't give a fuck, and neither does Biden. Biden was the one encouraging people to go out to the polls when right in the middle of the fucking pandemic. So Biden's responsible for some deaths just like Trump is. They're the same party. I see no difference, Eric, at all. There is no difference between the parties. The only difference I see is one is slightly better on social issues and the other one wants to keep their gun rights. That's the only difference that I see. I don't see any difference. I mean, when you're taking money from the same fucking donors, Brake and I have talked about this over and over, and I think I'm going to take a break from politics for just a little while. I know we'll be talking about politics up until at least the election. But I've already said my piece on that and how I think that's going to go. And it's a wait and see right now. I think it's about 50-50. I give the Democrats a 50-50 chance of retaking the presidency. But what does that say? It doesn't say much when you're pretty much the same party doing the same shit that the Republicans are doing. When you take the same money, from the same donors, you're going to get the same results. And it's fucking pathetic that we don't have free and fair elections here, funded by people, not corporations and big donors, like billionaires and millionaires. So, we're about ready to start here, just waiting on Break to get on in, and then we'll get started. I don't know is anybody in chat. I don't think anybody's in chat yet. We'll see how this goes. Might be one of those shit shows with all kinds of audio and video issues, and you know how that goes, Eric. Short news day today. A lot of sad news, man. A lot of sad news this week, Eric. And I know not everything is COVID related or coronavirus related, but you gotta wonder, like are a lot of these deaths caused by the coronavirus? Also, I'm gonna put this down too. Testing and stuff like that. It's kind of weird. Like one of the big time Denver Bronco football players, Von Miller, got tested positive for coronavirus. It's kind of funny. Like if you got millions of dollars, you can get testing. But if you're a little guy, I was talking to Black Cat, who's been joining chat sporadically. He's falling ill, and he went to the ER today, and they didn't do shit for him. And it's like, what do you got to do? Do you got to basically be almost dying before they fucking test you? I know you guys have heard me talk about it. With my experience at the ER, I just noticed in my bank account, Eric, the 1 cent check that I sent, they cashed it. they they cashed the 1 cent check, man.
So thirsty for money, they need that penny.
Oh God, dude, they couldn't go by without that penny. But I don't care. I mean, that's costing them more money. I'm gonna keep costing them money, over and over. And when they turn me over to collections, because I know they will, I'll give the collection people the same amount of respect that I gave the hospital that gave me that fucking bill. A penny at a time. Enjoy it. Don't spend it all in one place. It's fucking hot here, Eric. It's weird. Yesterday and the day before
it's snowing here.
Yeah, yesterday and the day before we got snow. And today it's like 65 degrees, almost 70 degrees, and sunny and hot because we're a mile high above the sea level here. So the sun is always, much hotter here. But if you're just joining us, the show is RPGrinders. Glad you could join us. We're just doing a little pre-show banter before Breakman gets on the line here. Just waiting. Sometimes I can't see if Breakman's on the stream or not, so we'll see if he's there. I saw him on Twitter, so he should be setting up now. I don't know if he's having some issues with Skype or okay. I think he is there. Let's get Break on in here. See if he's ready to join. Oh man, I'm kind of achy. What up, Break? Hey, Break. It's weird, Break. Like I can never see if you're online anymore or not. So I don't know if you're there or not. Or
I was wondering why. I was thinking that's probably why you were asking.
Yeah. Because I mean, I knew you were there because I saw you on Twitter. And I'm like, I don't. Oh, see, now it shows you're online, but before it was.
What the fuck? Like on my settings, I'm like.
I don't even know what to say, man. Maybe it's at my end, Break. I don't fucking know, man, anymore. I'm afraid to like redo my Skype because I don't know if I remember my password, and that's the last thing I need is to, redo Skype, and then all of a sudden I can't get back in, but.
I'm gonna change to invisible and then go back to active and see if maybe that changes the settings or something.
Well, it's showing you're there now, so it's all good, dude.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, man. Just give me a text when you get into Skype from now on. That way we can. But anyways, we're gonna have a fantastic show. Hopefully everybody will enjoy it. I don't even know what the fuck's going on Twitter anymore. Jesus Christ, I'm going crazy, Break, man. We got lots to talk about, man. We're going to have a discussion about protesting the pandemic later on in the show. Breakman, Steve Mnuchin's a piece of shit. So you're going to want to stick around for that. Horrible news. Horrible news in the wrestling business, which we'll talk about. Horrible news in gaming news, which we will discuss in the news. Golly, what a week, man. Okay, you guys ready to do this thing? All right, I think I am too. So let's get to it. Here we go. And welcome everybody to episode 587 of RP Grinders. I'm your host, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohorts, Eric the Great, Breakman the Bold. Break, how you doing, man?
Oh, you asking me specifically?
Yeah.
That's nice of you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm okay.
Yeah, I do that because if I just say, gentlemen, how are you doing? Like, everybody's like, what, me? Who, what?
I always wait for Eric to say something, but since you asked me specifically, because Eric, there's always that moment pause before he starts talking. So
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Man, now I forgot what I was about to say. Gosh darn it, golly gee whiz.
What are we in the 50s,
I was gonna say we got
Breakman?
a new tradition. I used to go out in public before I go out. I'd have to take a shower before I. Well, showers were the first thing I usually do in the morning. My new tradition now is after I've gone out in public is when I'm going. When I get home is when I'm going to shower and get out of my clothes because, yeah, just I don't know why it took me so long to realize just how gross people are.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about some of that shit coming up
I
later
mean,
in
I've
the
always
show.
known they're like gross and filthy, and like I've always wanted my space, but just even now, like there's still people ignoring the quarantines and ignoring like social distancing and stuff like that. And it's just like, oh, why are you doing this?
I had a
Why?
I had a guy like I was in line with Bernie. We were getting her meds. You know, like she has like a thyroid problem, so she has this specific med that she gets from the pharmacist. And this dude, she went off to go get something else, and I was standing there, and this dude like got right behind me, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Keep your distance. You know, like, have you not? And he's like, well, I got a mask on. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if you got 10 masks on. Get the fuck away from me. You know, it's
Yeah, no
like,
shit.
come on, man. Like, literally, like, I mean, what if I'm sick? You want to get sick? You know, get the fuck
Hell, I
away
got
from
my
me.
mask on. It's got my face is protected.
It's so
But yeah,
funny.
sure. It
It's
can get on your clothes or whatever, you know.
right. It's so funny, break. Like people like that, like it's the same type of people that like they think that if they have a four-wheel drive they can speed in snow, like you know what I mean, like it doesn't matter if you got four-wheel drive in snow, you know, you gotta fucking slow down a little bit, man. I can't tell you the amount of people that buy SUVs here, which are completely unnecessary in my view, but that's
Mhm.
beside the point. But you know they're speeding around like their brakes are like somehow attached to their four-wheel drive or something. I'm
Yeah.
like, Jesus
It's
Christ, man.
if you want to drive in the snow, like the best cars to do it are like ones with
All-wheel drive.
forward wheel drive.
Yeah, front-wheel drive or all-wheel.
Front wheel, that's what I'm looking for.
Yep,
Front
front.
wheel drive cars. Like those actually can handle the snow, but the four wheel drive, yeah, that's pretty funny.
I mean, I,
If
I
it's
like I like four-wheel drives in certain circumstances, but never speeding, like ever.
yeah.
Like that's
They'd be fun for like I don't know, going off road, I guess, or something like that. But snow and ice, no.
something, you know, like I remember like I used to have a Toyota Tacoma, and
Mhm.
like it was good in the snow, like but you had to put the four-wheel drive on, you know what I mean, like
Mhm.
that's the whole thing. Like very few instances that I ever used that truck for four-wheel drive in the snow. It was just, you know, not one of those things, but I digress. Eric, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Eric's here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we do have another host here. It's Eric. Eric is writing reviews, so that's always
I'm
good, man.
done now.
Oh yeah,
We
good.
took so long, he finished.
He's like I got a gray beard now and it's done, guys. Like I'm just done. Okay, well, why don't we get right into the news?
RPG News.
All right, Eric, you're up.
Okay, from RPG site, we reveal for PSO 2. It's out now on the Xbox One and will be available on PC sometime in late May.
Well, that's good.
Microsoft Store only, not Steam, for
Oh.
now at least.
That'll change soon, I'm sure. But that's good news for the
Wait.
Xbox owners out there.
Wait, it's available now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
available right now. Break. So I'm
But the
sure.
wow. Oh, okay, cool. I
Yeah.
didn't see it online. I'm gonna have to go look for it then. Okay.
Yeah. There you go. Anything else on that, Eric?
If we download the beta version, I'm assuming it's just going to update to the full version.
Yeah. So what else? What else on this, Eric? Anything else?
That there will be crossplay, so that's
Oh,
something to
good.
keep in mind.
Good.
Except Sony because they're pricks.
Yeah, kind of break.
No, I don't understand why Sony doesn't like crossplay.
Yeah, I don't either. It's so
Well,
weird.
there's no information on when the other platforms will get this game.
Right.
Would it be
I'm
that?
gonna guess that there's like a year exclusivity or something.
Would it be that difficult to have crossplay over all platforms other than individual like Sony and Microsoft not getting along? I mean, is that the only thing holding crossplay back?
Pretty much. I mean, look at games like Fortnite. You can play it on your fucking phone, for God's sake.
Well, I'm not sure about the Switch version of this game, because the Switch technically doesn't have this game. It's basically a streaming service that you're playing it from a server somewhere.
It's kind of weird, but all right.
Yeah.
All right, Break.
It's only available in Japan so far. I think.
All right, Break. What do we got?
Coming to us live from Silicon Era, the new Kimco RPG's lead heroine is a wall. Well, that fucking sucks.
No, this is cool. This is one of the. I mean, imagine how unassuming a wall is, Break, and like you. Let's say that's your character, and like nobody expects a wall to be a character. So like the villains are like passing by, and all of a sudden you just decide like you just go. Your move is just to like lean forward and flatten people. I mean, I think that's genius.
But you
man.
have to wait for the enemies to come to you, and if they realize you're a wall, they can just get out of your range. Like, oh.
Yeah, but see,
wall, what are you gonna do?
But the
cannonball, bitch.
Element of surprise, man. Element of surprise. All right, what do we got here? Break.
Okay, the next Kimco RPG that had the Xbox One and PC has been revealed, and it seems like it has some really strong structures in place. Waka waka. Might Tower will head to both platforms following its mobile debut on April 30th, 2020. Did I say debut?
Yep, debut.
Okay. Develop some bonds. Literally, as its lead heroine is literally a wall. In Might Tower, one of the characters players will meet is Layla. She's a Magicka and dubbed a wall maiden.
Oh, wow. Okay.
A wall maiden. That is a
She's
new
the
concept.
tank of the game.
Get behind her, literally.
Yeah.
This means that part of the time she'll be an anthropomorphic wall with eyes and mouth, arms and legs. So she's those fucking thwomps? No, wait, what were those things? Those walking things in Super Mario 64.
Yeah. I know what you're talking
walls,
about.
We gotta knock him over and hit him on the back.
You know who's a big fan of this game, Break? Donald Trump.
Why did you have to ruin everything?
I'm just saying, man. Like, he's a big fan.
And putting new bricks on her gives her different abilities.
Ooh, that's cool. Like what? Like spitting
fire? The game was
fire?
going to launch on April 30th for $14.99. It is already. It says immediately available, so I'm guessing that means it's already available for $7.99 on Apple iOS and Android.
Why the price difference, I wonder? That's
Maybe
weird.
she has a technique where another character throws her at something.
Yeah, picks up and throws a big ass brick wall. Yeah,
that's very funny. I would understand if it was just the Xbox One, then I could say maybe it's licensing fees. But it's when Xbox One and PC are the more expensive, almost double in price. I don't know.
I mean,
it doesn't say that there are extra features.
Yeah, I'm looking at the game. The game looks fine. I mean, it's like a throwback to 16-bit, games or whatever. But it looks okay, man. I mean, hopefully the story's okay. I mean, it's got beautiful art for sure.
Definitely unique.
Yeah, it's definitely unique for sure. But is that it on that story, Break?
Yes.
All right, let's move on to the next story. Hopefully with more walls. Actually, this is pretty upsetting. This comes to us from Silicon Era. Paul Haddad, the original Resident Evil 2 Leon voice actor, has died. That's really tough. Initial reports of Haddad's passing came in.
Been that old.
Yeah. Came in via Reddit and social media, citing messages on his personal Facebook account. This was then corroborated by Invader Studios developer of Daymare 1998. This was Haddad's most recent role, as he played a cleaner in the 2019 horror game. I don't know if I really want to play a cleaner in a game. Probably sounds like a small part, but there's some tweets and stuff. He was known for a number of roles over the years, such as voicing Uncle Arthur in Babar, the Wolfman in Monster Force, Willy in the Free Willy TV series, that's kind of weird, and Quicksilver in X-Men the animated series. However, his most famous video game role was that in Resident Evil 2, Leon, voice actor. He only voiced him in the original game, however, as people like Paul Mercier, Matthew Mercer, and Nick Apostolides, have stepped into the character's shoes since. Original Resident
So he
Evil.
did the bad voice acting. Then is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. He was the one that everybody loves, but really young.
No, he did good roles. If you watched Full Metal Alchemist, he did huge.
But he did the original Resident Evil 2. That was
terrible.
Oh, wait, I thought you were talking
about
the other guy.
No. We're talking about Paul Haddad, the original actor, Eric.
I mean, I guess he did a decent job. I mean, they're a step up above the horrible voice acting that came from the first Resident Evil game.
I mean, dude was only like 57. Looks like he was like 57 years old, man.
That was the lowest bar ever set, though.
No, there are worse games.
The voice acting game was the
Yeah.
worst.
The worst is probably Valis 3.
Legendary bad. You're the master of unlocking. Yes.
Yeah.
The worst I've ever seen is Valis 3, or let's see, The Legend of Heroes Dragon Slayer.
Yeah.
Dragon Slayer 1 and 2 for the TurboGrafx 16.
Yeah, it's pretty
CD-ROM.
bad. Definitely bad. But...
And other than that would be Chaos Wars, which is the lowest bar for voice acting in a game ever.
It's pretty low. I gotta admit, Eric, you hit on some low points, but
bar is fucking the lowest bar we've ever seen.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the limbo bar nobody gets under.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Eric, let's move on to the next story. Even more bad news.
And the next story is Keiji Fujiwara is dead at 55 years old. Died on April 12th, so only 5 days ago. The cause of death was cited as cancer.
Yeah. He played, his latest role was Reno in this Final Fantasy VII remake. That's really sad, man. Jesus Christ, man. They're all
Maybe when I do my second playthrough, I'll just re-experience all the cutscenes again in Japanese so I can hear his voice.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. That'd be kind of cool.
And I think, I'm not sure, but he might have done Reno and Advent Children. But,
I'm not sure.
He also did Hunter x Hunter's Leoris, Full Metal Alchemist Mise Hughes, and Kingdom Hearts Axel. Not the English one, that's Quentin Flynn.
Jesus Christ, man. This guy's got
Gundam
a resume.
OO's Ali Shachez, Grand Blue Fantasy's Eugen, Final Fantasy 15's Erden Izunia. And Haku from Otowari Uno, Mask of Deception and Mask of Truth.
Jesus Christ, man.
And he did Tony Stark in the Marvel's Avengers films for the Japanese dub.
Wow, that's a heck.
DeWitt from BioShock Innovate.
It's a heck of a resume.
Iron Man died again? Jesus Christ.
I know.
How's Iron Man gonna die?
The Japanese Iron Man dead, man. This is sad. Official cause cancer, but wow, man. I mean, fuck. How many more of these deaths? I've got another one to talk about later. Break that I'm sure you know about that.
Yes,
really fucking sucks, man. Okay, Break. Let's go on to the next.
And final story coming to us live from Silicon Era. The real Streets of Rage 4 release date is April 30th, 2020. So, I mean, and I guess I can read a little bit more because they actually wrote a story here.
It is $25, by the way.
The Streets of Rage 4 release date appeared alongside information about another returning feature. A battle mode had been offered in the series in the past, and it will show up here as well. People can head to 8 arenas, which includes spaces like Cargo Ship, the Streets, To the Concert, and Skytrain. Then fight it out in either versus or team mode. Up to 4 people can play, and you could have everyone on their own team or divided up, so between 2 and 3 teams with as many members on each as you'd like are available. I like that.
Yeah.
You can mix it up, maybe like 3-on-1 if somebody's really good or something.
Yeah.
Battle mode isn't the only returning feature, as mentioned before. There will be new and classic versions of characters with up to 17 playable characters.
Wow.
A retro soundtrack option will also be available. This game will be available on, looks like everything, April 30th.
Yep. A10 is in chat. What's up, A10? I want your brother A11. in chat too. So just let you know. Looks good. I looked at the video and I played it again while we are just talking here, guys, and it looks really like kind of an updated beat 'em up, which is kind of cool. I mean, you don't see a lot of beat 'em ups anymore.
You can also play as the old sprites if you want to.
Yeah, I did notice that. That was kind of a nice little touch too, man. I mean, the animations are actually really gorgeous. It's like a cell shaded.
The only thing that bothered me when it was initially revealed was the walking animation for Blaze looked a little off.
Yeah, it looks good though, man. I mean, I don't have too much to complain about. Looks good, and looks like it's got some new features, and I'd be down to play this for sure. So that's the news, you all. So there you go. Hold on, I gotta do some
Short
stuff here.
news week, I like it.
Yeah, sometimes I do like short news weeks for sure, man. All right, no homie discounts this week. Breakman, should I hit your music? Yes, no, maybe so.
No.
No? Okay. All right, then we'll go on to...
Inquiring minds want to know.
Inquiring minds want to know what you've been playing, Breakman. Are you typing, Eric?
Yeah.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 15. I am up to chapter 8 now.
Ooh.
I jumped a few chapters since the last time we talked, because the last chapter was really short.
Yeah.
Seemingly, I guess. Because it took you to a certain area on the map that was inaccessible, and I don't know. It seemed like it'd take longer than it did.
Huh.
Anyway, I'm still enjoying the game. I'm just trying to figure out like where it's heading to. Like, it hasn't really given you a hint of like the main villain or anything like that. You've seen just like screenshots of him, basically.
Yeah. Yeah,
or maybe you have met him and they just really haven't like pointed him out yet. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
There are like in cutscenes, load times. I mean, load screens.
Yeah.
So
I gotta get into Final. It's one of my last video games that I'll be playing on current gen's consoles is Final Fantasy 15. I've got like Nier Automata. I want to play Persona. I got Ni no Kuni, and then I got the one that I'm saving for last, of course, is Dragon Quest. But yeah, I'll get to those as soon as I get done with this first-person shooter addiction that I've got right now. So
right.
Yeah. Anything else, Break?
There are there's some cool dungeons in the game, but a lot of the dungeons are just really short.
Yeah. I did hear that. I did hear that was one of the common complaints. The dungeons are great, but super short.
Yeah, that's there's some big ones, like the one I'm in. The one I just did was sort of this underwater dungeon, which was really kind of cool. The visuals were really cool. I like it. And I still love the interactions between the characters and stuff like that. It's what I want from video games. I want the characters to talk to each other, interact and stuff. I love it.
Yeah, that's cool shit. And then it's really cool if you have a huge RPG for things to change later on, where they're saying different things and stuff like that. Yeah, it's always refreshing for sure.
Yeah, there are some battles. There are some things they'll say during battles that I hear fucking way too much and stuff like that. But they always are adding new things to talk about, and they'll just have some conversation. At one point, one of the characters was kind of talking about a couple girls, and he was kind of getting ribbed for it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I gotta imagine, especially for RPGs, it's really hard to keep that dialogue tree to a level that seems natural. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's hours and hours and hours of gameplay. It's got to be really difficult, more so than almost any other type of game. But I gotta say,
and there are some unusual sound cues that will happen at weird moments sometimes, but those are seemingly rare. For the most part, it seems like they've done a great job of it.
Yeah.
Making it feel like you're real people in a real world type thing.
Yeah,
your characters are they're real characters and not just Gordon Freeman.
Yeah, for sure. Well, cool deal, man. Anything else you've been playing, Break?
No, that's it.
All right, Eric, you're up.
I've been playing more Seven Scarlet. I finished Yakuza 5.
Oh, nice.
And I just need to write the review for that tomorrow, along with 3 and 4. But I'm probably just gonna write it as a single review, since all 3 games are very similar. And they all play the same. They all have similar themes. It's always that the Tojo clan's always on the brink of being wiped out.
Yeah. That's happened since
it's
0.
4 and 5
Oh, so
specifically.
they're like the
4 and 5 specifically
they're
have
the
this
Princess
thing going
Peach
where.
then?
Let me talk, please.
Yeah. Breakman is pulling an
Oh,
Eric
you
right
wouldn't let
now.
me talk. You kept typing.
you
I'm sorry it was so loud. I just need to get it done.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Break just pulled an Eric right there.
Anyways, 4 and 5 specifically are very alike because they have the multiple character scenario thing going on.
Yeah. I liked what I played of those games. Man,
I mean, I like them all for different reasons, though. But like, I definitely like 3 the most because, it's not as bloated as 4, and 5's even more bloated than 4 is, and I feel like the gameplay, and pacing is definitely more fractured and strained because of that.
I mean, when you get to playing the same series over and over, it gets no wonder they wanted to do something different with 7. You know what I'm saying, Eric? Like it's got to get kind of tedious.
Well, 6 went just right to back to just being Kiryu, and that was it.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you've been playing, Eric?
At the same time though, like they kind of ran out of ideas for 6.
Yeah. All right. Anything else
The
you've
only
been
thing
playing?
6 brought to the table is a new engine, so
Yeah.
that's it. All other than Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Okay. Cool. I am playing. I think I'm almost done with Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I'm finally playing that game. You know, the one with Kevin Spacey. I gotta say, it's got a good
the one that was the one that was apparently like the hated one.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know if it was because it was like futuristic.
Frank's on
and
the
stuff.
gamer scrub list.
Futuristic.
I'm actually digging it. At least the story. I mean, the gameplay is a little, I mean,
I don't know too many people that actually enjoyed Infinite Warfare story.
I like the story. The story's okay. It's there's a little bit of intrigue to it, a lot of action.
You sure you just aren't starved for games since you haven't really been playing them lately?
I've been playing a shit ton. What are you talking about, Eric?
Oh, well, yeah, you're catching up now, but before.
No, I've been playing a shit ton of games, man. No, I like it. It's not bad. It's just
We're allowed to like different things.
yeah. I mean, it's
Well,
look.
I mean, you played MPQ for so long.
No, I play MPQ every day, Eric. Like every day. Like literally.
That's all you played.
No, that's not all I play, dude. Like
That's all your story is from a puzzle game.
Yeah. No. No.
So anything better than that's like amazing, probably.
No, how dare you, Eric? I know what's good and what's bad, man. Like I've played plenty of first-person shooters and RPGs and all kinds of shit, but I mean it's not. I mean it's okay, Eric. It's not. I mean it's not like world-beating, like like this is the greatest thing I've ever played. I do have to say, I mean I think I'm liking it slightly better than World War II because at least they brought it in a different direction. It's like modern shit. Like you get to do cool ass things. Like it's no Titanfall 2, okay? And I played Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 is a great game. It's you're in mech suits, you're fucking flying on walls, you're doing parkour and all kinds of shit, man. So it's not quite on that level.
And it has a fun story too.
Yeah, and it's really
I just
fun.
read a sign from a tweet on Twitter about McDonald's, and the sign says "Order 3 ways online." And this makes me think, what, McDonald's is finally selling 3 ways? Because I'd definitely go there for that.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Right on. Can I get the two
I just wanna see
brunettes?
the pictures. I don't want to join in.
Yeah. Can I get the 2 brunettes on the side, please?
Not that kind of 3-way.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what other kind of three-way is there?
I know.
Chili.
Oh, okay. But anyways, Call of
Kidding,
Duty.
I know. I live in Cincinnati. I know 3 ways.
Yes. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is fine. It's not gonna blow you away or anything like that. But it's got good solid mechanics. You get to do things like, I don't know, kind of like jetpack with boots. I don't know. It's kind of weird, man. It's I don't know. It's not I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's okay. Also played another Wyland's in chat. He said Frank wants that special sauce. No, I'm giving the special sauce, Wyland.
Speaking of the special sauce, Final Fantasy VII has special sauce in it.
Oh Jesus. I don't even know if I want to know what that means, Eric. I'm also playing a game called Close to the Sun. Basically a BioShock walking simulator so far is how I'm, kind of taking it. I mean, it's not super action oriented. It is a little creepy. I mean, you're on this big boat that's, I mean, it just reminds me of BioShock. I mean, what more can I say? It's just not. It's a first-person walking simulator with way less action than BioShock is what I can say. But it's fine. It's got a good atmosphere. And that's what I've
You
been.
can have games like that without action. Like, what was that? What was that one game I played? It was first person, just story.
Yeah.
Just walking through the house and experiencing a story. What was that game?
Yeah,
Anyway,
Edith
yeah,
Finch. Edith Finch was one that I like quite a bit, like that. Breakman. There was another one too. I can't remember. Nero was another decent one. But there are games like that where it's not super stressful. You can just go through and just experience story. So, all right. Let's move on to
RPGrinders reviews.
Break. Did you have any reviews this week? I didn't see anything there.
I could actually. I've watched some things this
Okay.
week. I finally watched Donald Trump. Was it Trump, the American Dream?
Oh dear Lord, that Dinesh D'Souza piece of shit movie. Is that what you watched?
No.
Oh.
It was on Netflix. It was a series, documentary on Trump,
Oh, okay. I didn't
like
know there.
8-part series or something like that.
Oh, okay.
10 episodes, and just there are things in there I didn't even know about him, like how horrible of a human being he was. Just it was in his business ways and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
just the more things you learn about Donald Trump, it's just anybody who loves him is Satan.
Well, he
Satan.
learned from the best. His dad, Fred Trump, right? I mean, his dad
Or
was
they're
a.
just
That's the
complete
thing
fools.
the thing is, he wanted to. Trump's modus operandi was to outdo his father. Like he did a lot of risky things that even his father wouldn't have done.
Yeah.
As far as like business ventures, like the Vegas deals, his father wouldn't have done those, and his father had to prop him back up so it wouldn't completely fall on his face, but it did anyway because it was a complete disaster. And
Yeah,
of course, thousands of people got screwed out of money.
Yeah. Yeah, his dad bailed him out quite a few times, Break, for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Um.
Anyway, so I watched that, and then I watched another show on Netflix called You.
Called what?
You. Just called You.
Oh, You. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Y-O-U.
What is that about?
You is about a man who is a stalker. You get to see everything from his perspective as he stalks women, and specifically like how he manipulates them and gets into their lives, and it's got a lot of dark humor. And I feel bad laughing sometimes. It's just like, but yeah, like this, he is so fucked in the head. He believes that for the most part everything he does is good or it's purposeful and stuff like that. He's trying to do the right thing. Like he's saving these women and stuff like that. It's really fucked up show. But if you like dark humor, and you're not afraid of like violence against women, for instance, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because that kind of stuff. There's kind of stuff in there because he's a psycho.
Is it a movie or is it like a mini
Series.
Okay.
Two seasons. It's been renewed for a third. Probably not until another year or something because I think the second season just came out not too long ago.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
I enjoyed it quite a bit. The third season a lot better than the second, I think. Because there's some annoying characters in the second season. But wow, I'm gonna give it first season a 9 and second season an 8.
Okay, all right. So sounds like it should be something to put on your list if you don't already have it on your Netflix
Yeah,
list.
I think you would enjoy it. I don't know if Eric would.
I like dark humor and like just
Yeah,
horrific
like
shit.
it's just how fucked in the head he is. It's so funny. Like he'll talk about like how like talk about love and stuff like that, and how he's the most romantic person ever, and you can't help but laugh the way he says it. It's like, oh yeah, he really thinks he's romantic, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
All
and
right.
just him justifying all of his actions in his mind, or finding inappropriate times to fantasize and jack it, stuff like that.
They're all stupid. All right.
Yes.
Anything else you want to review, Break?
No, that's it.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
I have a review. I got a chance. I rented a movie. I wanted to rent it at Redbox, but I couldn't find it in any of the Red boxes, so I had to pony up more money and see it just streaming. But I watched a movie called VFW. And this is a gem of a movie. All right. It's basically about these veterans that hang out in this. This one veteran owns this bar, and you can tell they're all from like the same, Vietnam War kind of battalion or whatever, and they're just sitting around just drinking, and shit goes sideways. It's like a dystopian kind of future, like not too far off in the future, but it's probably like, 2040, 2050, 2060, somewhere in there. And they're in a part of town where the police don't come, even if they hear gunshots and shit like that. And the gangs are, kind of took over. It sort of reminds me of a cross between, like, the coloring reminds me of Suspiria. It's nothing like it in tone or anything like that. Just the colors kind of remind me of that. Assault on Precinct 13, I think is the name of the movie, where there's these gang members trying to get into the police station. It has shades of The Warriors, that type of movie, and it was really surprising. It's basically these old grizzled veterans that got to that have to fend off this gang that's peddling this drug that they call hype. And I don't know, it's just it was there was never a dull moment. Very, very brutal and bloody and fun. It's just one of those movies. Sort of like, it kind of reminded me. Did you ever watch that movie Hobo with the Shotgun, Breakman?
Absolutely.
Okay, it kind of had that vibe, just without the campiness. Not a lot of the campiness of that, but it sort of had that kind of vibe to it. Just set in one central location, and it very basic story. This gang is after its drugs after this chick runs into this bar after seeing her sister get killed by the gang leader. She steals all these drugs and runs into the bar, and then of course the grizzled veterans have to kind of fend off the gang and protect her and stuff like that. The gang doesn't care anything about but the drugs, and it's I don't know, it's got really brutal and bloody, and man, it was just kind of a heck of a movie. And the director, Joe Bagos, I believe his name, is kind of like growing on my list of directors. He directed another movie called Bliss that I like quite a bit, and this movie's really good, man. I give this movie a 9 out of 10. I think it's a gem of a movie, and in the middle of a pandemic when not much is coming out, you guys should check out VFW. They have it in Redbox if you can find it. If not, it's obviously on video on demand and stuff like that. I highly recommend giving it a view. It's worth your money for sure. You'll definitely have fun watching it, especially if you like horror. I guess it's a horror movie, but not. I mean, it's more of an action movie with a lot of like blood and gore. Not gore, but like, I don't know, just brutality for sure. Wyland says, "Break. Are you gonna watch the new episode of Clone Wars, or are you?"
I can't wait to binge them. I watch them as first thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Friday.
I still got to get on that Clone Wars
It's the
kick.
first thing I do when I get up in the mornings on Friday.
You're like, did it come out yet? Did it come out
The
yet?
animation, no, the animation in this season is beyond fantastic.
Yeah.
And like it was good before. Now it's just like they took it to another level.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to.
Escapade.
All right, Break, do you have a highscapade this week?
God, I wish.
Okay, Eric, I didn't see one for you. I'm just going to ask you
Yeah, no.
anyways. Okay, I do. And I call this one air guitar, guys. And people that know me probably know that I'm probably one of the greatest air guitarists to ever, be in existence. Like, if I hear music, I'm fucking air guitaring. I don't give a fuck if it's like 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always air guitaring. So, Bernie and I are sitting in drive-through, obviously, because, what else is there to do lately? It's fucking go get food. I mean, that's pretty much it. So I'm sitting there and I'm listening to, I don't know what it was. It was a rock and roll song, obviously, but I'm sitting there and I'm strumming. I'm getting real into it, as I'm waiting for the person to kind of, get on the intercom to get my order. And I'm just killing it on guitar. I'm feeling it. Like you get those moments when you're just like feeling something and you're totally digging, either it's a concert or a movie or a song. I'm digging the way that I'm playing fucking, and nobody's doing better air guitar than me right at that moment, right? I am king of air guitar at that moment. All of a sudden, Bernie reaches down to my strumming hand, and she like prevents me from getting that solo. Like in every rock song, there's that one solo that just kicks ass. Like the beginning of Metallica when you're, you're getting into it and you're pretending like you're fucking Kirk Hammett on stage and shit. That was me, okay? And Bernie decided to grab my hand at that moment, and I think I could have killed her with my look. And I looked at her and I said, "What in the blue hell are you doing?" And I looked down at my hand and her hand, and she looked at me like I had just shot her. And I was like, "Don't you ever, and I mean ever, interrupt a man's air guitar." And then I kept going. And then I ordered. And then we left. So that was my escapade. And she like got this look like this quizzical, like sad look on her face, and I was like, "Hey, I was into it. I was rocking, and you just ruined it. And now I got to start the song over." And that's what I did. I started the song over, and I redid that solo because I'm a fucking air guitar god. That's why. So yeah, that was my high escapade. And yes, I was pretty high. So there you go. Okay, let's move on, guys, to everybody's favorite segment.
Stinko of the week.
And before I get any shit, because I know there's people listening that are going to give me shit about that air guitar playing, we had a laughing moment after. It was not a big deal. I wasn't mad or anything like that. But all right, Stinkos of the week. Eric, I didn't see anything for you, so let's start with you, Break.
I didn't actually look to see if you had it on your Stinkos. Let me double check real quick before I say it or not. No,
you can go ahead and say it.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay, earlier this week, or actually maybe it was yesterday, or it was yesterday, yes, Brian Dennehy is died.
Yeah, see, I didn't put that. That was another one. I got a different one that we'll talk about. But yeah, Brian Dennehy. You know what I know Brian Dennehy the most from, Break?
Right.
Rambo. First Rambo. That's
cool.
Every time I see Brian Dennehy, I always see him as that asshole in First Blood or Tommy Boy.
I always think of that Tommy Boy scene. No, son, that's for me.
Yeah, that was a great one, man. Or the scene when he's like Farley's talking about his fridge, and he's like, "I can put all kinds of milk in here." That's a great movie, man. Tommy Boy. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Yeah, Brian Dennehy was one of the greatest character actors of all time. I don't think that's hyperbole. Break. I mean, how many roles did that guy have? He was like the chameleon of the acting world,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a lot of roles. He's like a lot of television roles and stuff like that.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that you may not necessarily know his name, but you've seen him in almost everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, good character actor for sure, man.
Right.
Yeah. Anything else,
I've got one other one, and I just as if this week wasn't bad enough, with other things going on that you're going to bring up. Um, Jeffrey Epstein. He's been
Yes.
dead for how 6 months now, 7 months. He's still winning in court.
Are you kidding me?
No. He won some federal injunction against his victims this week.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They are, even though it was illegal, what was it exactly? One of the how they were not informed in Florida when he was prosecuted. They used a legal loophole to get him out of it.
Oh boy.
Basically, because he committed suicide before he was officially prosecuted, or something to that extent.
Yeah.
Just to screw the victims one more fucking time.
The scourge that keeps on giving, man. That's Jeffrey Epstein. I did see, however, that his black book might get exposed, which would be, I mean, not a consolation by any stretch, but that'd be kind of nice to know who's in that book. You know what I mean?
I don't give hope on anything with him. Like the people who are with him are just gonna get away with it.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
sickens.
I mean, yeah, for sure. Anything else on that break?
No.
All right, I got one. Howard Finkel passed away also this week. So we've had a fucking slew of deaths this week, man. If anybody doesn't know who Howard Finkel is, he was the first WWE employee. He was also their ring announcer. He announced almost every major wrestling match in the past 3-4 decades, man. I mean, this guy was in Madison Square Garden in '77 announcing matches. So it was really disheartening to see that. Howard Finkel was one of a kind, and there hasn't been a ring announcer since that's ever been able to do it as good as Howard Finkel. So, tough week all the way around, man. Speaking of WWE, they get a stinko this week for this. WWE released a bunch of wrestlers this week, and even though they didn't necessarily need to, and there's been a lot of controversy over it, but I think it was 30 people lost their jobs, which is never a good thing.
Yeah.
We talk about this stuff all the time. And
I think a lot of this had to do with XFL failing again.
Yeah.
I think that really hurt Vince McMahon, and from what I've heard, he has been on a warpath like no other.
Yeah, and it sucks because they consider them independent contractors, and it's really fucked up. If they get injured, they hold them accountable for the amount of time that they're injured, and they add that to the end of their contract, so they can't.
They also don't get health care.
That sounds a lot like how companies own people, basically making them slaves in the outer worlds.
Yeah, no,
They have
like murder is like a crime, not because it's wrong, but because technically that person's company property. You destroy company property.
Yeah, you're
but
right.
You know what? As I think about that, actually, our healthcare shouldn't be tied into our companies. It shouldn't be have anything to do with. So maybe I shouldn't complain about that.
Breakman, what have I been saying all this time about Medicare for all, bud? There is this pandemic, first and foremost, has brought to the forefront why Medicare for all is so important. I don't give a fuck if people say, how are we going to pay for that? It's the stupidest argument ever in the world, because just look at the stock market. They pumped $6 trillion into the stock market just to prop the stock market up. So anybody that tells me that we can't afford Medicare for all is full of fucking shit, man. And that's the main reason, because your health care, what happens, Breakman, if you get fired, right? Or you get laid off? What happens to your health care? They send you something in the mail. They send you something in the mail called Cobra, right? And Cobra, you're ending up paying thousands a month for your fucking health care. It's ridiculous. I don't know. I think Medicare for all is the way to go, but I guess the country's just not fucking ready for it. So, and I don't think after this pandemic they'll ever be ready for it. But if you lose your job, there goes your health care. And why do employers want to be tied to fucking health care, having to pay those fucking premiums? That's something else I don't fucking get. So weird, man. Okay. So that's my stinko. WWE releases a bunch of wrestlers. Also, I got one more, and Break, you and I are probably going to have a field day with this one. Steve Mnuchin. Steve Mnuchin is a piece of bona fide grade A sewage shit. And I'll tell you why.
What did he do this time?
Okay. What hasn't he done? He ruined fucking Sears, right?
No, I said, what did he do this time?
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
This time part of it.
What hasn't he done, man? This time, he was on TV saying that $1,200 for each and every American should get them through about 10 weeks. He said $1,200
Maybe if you're just buying food, but I'm sure people need it for more than just food.
He said that $1,200.
He wants us all homeless homeless. Yeah, he just wants us homeless. He doesn't want us to pay for any bills or anything.
You know how much? You know how much Steve Mnuchin is worth? Steve Mnuchin is worth $400 million, and he's thinking that we can get by with $1,200 for 10 fucking months.
Well, we know how much
10 weeks. Huh?
He pays his staff then.
Huh?
We really know how much he pays his staff now, don't we?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't
exactly.
want to work for that cheap bastard.
Steve Mnuchin is one of the worst.
Talks about like additional bills.
There is talk, but it's always just talk, Eric. Like, they're not giving us any more money. If there's going to be any extra stimulus bills, it's going to the top 1%. This last stimulus bill, you know how much of it went to the top 1 or 10%?
We basically got the change that was left over.
87% went to the top fucking 10%.
And in this bill, the money for the small business owners, all gone. It disappeared. They don't know what happened to it.
Yep.
Like the wealthy business owners, they got their money, but like the people who are fighting and struggling,
they didn't need it anyway.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I was noticing, Eric, you put in chat that I think you'll have to pay it back. Yes, you will have to pay it back because if you read the language, it's a loan on your future tax return. So that's all it is. So get ready to pay all that back next. If you're expecting a refund check back next year, then you're going to have a very big surprise when they take $1,200 out of that. And by the way, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I've heard people saying that $1,200 got taxed. Maybe somebody that got was it taxed, Eric? You got your refund check. Was your stimulus money taxed?
No, it's not supposed to be taxed.
Okay, good. Because somebody was saying that they were taxing.
If they got theirs taxed, then someone's doing something dirty.
Okay, that's. I was just wondering because
that'd be really fucked up.
Yeah. So yeah, Steve Mnuchin is getting one of the biggest stinkos ever because he's always been a big time piece of shit. He ran Sears into the ground, and he's running this country, the Treasury, definitely into the ground. And you know what? The Congress in that last bill authorized $500 billion to be under that guy's fucking watch. Like, he's the one that could be the gatekeeper to that $500 billion, and it's fucking gross. The only reason
I'm like doubting whether or not we'll have to pay it back is because Frank's been wrong about things before.
I admit when I'm wrong, Eric, but I'm not wrong about this. You just mark my words, man.
So
yeah, but you said that about Bernie. Look what happened.
No, I told you. Look, it's never been about the man, Eric. It's been about the ideas, right? And I told you before we got on the air today that Bernie would have been my stinko this week if it wasn't for Stephen Mnuchin. So I always admit when I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure on this one. And if I'm wrong, then so be it. But I tell you what, if I get that $1,200, I'm not spending it until I get that refund. I'm in a position where I don't have rent, so I don't have to put that money towards rent, but I would have been, if I had my own apartment or whatever. But yeah, no, Steve Mnuchin is trash, and the stimulus bill
for now, I'm just stuffing it in my savings, letting it collect interest.
That's what I would do.
Then maybe at the end of the year, I'll get a new console or something.
That's smart. That's smart, Eric, for sure. That's what I'm doing. I'm just keeping it in there, and whatever happens, happens, man. I'm just waiting for next year's tech.
I'm investing mine in the sex toys.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. That's it. There's
You need 12 grand for sex toys.
I'm
1,200?
getting good ones, baby. Good ones.
He wants that sex doll, that real
He
life.
wants a diamond encrusted dildo.
No, he wants that living doll, that the hot like porn
Sex
dolls.
I'm getting poles and swings and dolls and everything, baby. Yeah.
That's the way to spend that
You're gonna
stimulus check.
You might as well just invest in a brothel.
Actually, I saw an article about what people are spending their stimulus money on, and I'm looking at that I can't remember if it was Newsweek or one of the fucking rags out there, and I'm like, why the fuck would you even publish that? Who gives a fuck what they spend their money on? You know what I mean? It's their fucking business. If they want to have fun, nobody's been able to have fun for how fucking long now? Like, if they want to spend it on sex toys, let them spend it on sex toys. If they want to spend it on fucking bungee jumping, I don't give a fuck. Like, who cares? Why even write about that, man? That's the problem with the fucking media today. They're so desperate for stories that they write stupid articles like that, All right, let's move on to hopefully happier things, guys.
Dude, what does my tattoo say?
Sweet! Sweet of the week.
All right, Eric, I didn't see anything as
Don't
well.
have one. Nope.
All right, Breakman, you're sweeto.
Let me see. It's been a shitty week, as we were just talking about. I guess to Costco, even though there are still people that are in there, they're jackasses and tools as far as customers, but as far as trying to stay open during a pandemic, I think they're the ones that are doing it right as far as any of the other stores I've been to. They have a line outside the door. They limit to 100 people in the building at any time. They sanitize the carts before they give them to you.
That's awesome.
There are wipes right when you get inside the doors, and then there are people who are cleaning as they go. Like they're wiping down shelves and wiping off sides and everything else all over the place. Of course, there are still the people who aren't social distancing, but those fucks. Talks about it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I guess Costco, they're doing a good job. Then I go to other places and it's just like, oh, what? We're doing what now?
Oh, holy shit!
Huh?
It's
There's
Wyland's.
a quarantine?
Yeah, it's Wyland's birthday today. I just saw that in chat. Wyland, happy birthday, man! For sure. I didn't even know that, man. Good. And
happy birthday! And you got a Jedi Fallen Order. Nice.
yeah, he
Nice.
found his Jedi Fallen Order cord. That's the code. That's awesome, man. Sweet. Good deal.
That's the cord for the game.
Code, you jackass. Son of a bitch. Yeah.
Never mind.
What better way to spend your time than with us, Wyland? That's what I'm saying. I know we're the best show on earth, so you gotta go where the action's at. You know what I'm saying, Wyland? And plus, like, you gotta pick up tips and tricks from Breakman and I on Mortal Kombat too. So I know why you're here, dude. You don't.
I did not say that. I am not making a challenge. That was him. Just do not want me in with that.
I still can't remember that. I still remember that match, that, if you want to call it that, with Wyland Breakman. That was something to behold, man. I still, to this day, I can't remember who won. Was it Wyland or you, Break?
Every single match.
Every single one. Did you even win a round?
There was a victory in every match, I'll tell you that.
A victory in every match. I love it. All right. Any other Sweetos, Break?
No, nothing I can think of.
Okay. This is my own personal Sweeto, guys, and I'm going to talk about something that I've had problems over the years. Like, I'm never good at video games, right? The only thing that I can really play is RPGs and, sometimes fighting games. If I learn a couple of moves, then I think I'm like fucking Sonic Fox or something. But I actually am getting really fucking good at aiming in first-person shooters. And I always had that problem where I was terrible at first person shooters just because I couldn't fucking aim. But like since I've been playing like these Call of Duty games lately, and before I was, I kind of like I figured out aiming. And you know what? One of my favorite things in video games to do right now, guys, is fucking snipe. If you give me a sniping fucking oh, shut up, Wyland, you son of a bitch. He says, don't ever compare me to DSP, you son of a bitch. You're gonna get exiled. I can snipe the fuck out of people. Like if you give me a sniper rifle, I am happy as anything, man. I will sit back and I will pick off every enemy before I go forward. I understand now why people like first-person shooters. I don't like the run-and-gun style of first-person shooting, but if you give me a gun with a scope or some type of, like really nice reticle, I can shoot fucking motherfuckers from like maps away, man. Like I don't want to play multiplayer because I know I would get my ass handed to me on a silver platter. But campaign-wise, if you're a fucking AI, I'm sniping your fucking ass. You might as well just pack it in and give up because I'm getting better and better at it, and I'm pretty proud of myself if I don't say so. So that was my sweeto. I'm getting much better at like fucking aiming. That was my biggest issue, man. I don't know what it was. I just could never like it's so frantic to me, and like aiming was never my strong suit. But I'm actually like understanding that like not everything is a fucking crisis in a fucking first person shooter. So, take your time and you can do okay. So I feel pretty good. You son of a bitch, Breakman, you son of a bitch. I did do that a couple of times in the campaign, but it is forgiving in the campaigns of most first-person shooters. Like it, unless you have a sniper weapon, they'll like tell you, "Yay, no friendly fire," or some stupid shit like that. But yeah, it's cool. Frank's no scoping 360 AIs. You're damn right I am, Wyland. I'm fucking killing motherfuckers. Like, I actually felt proud of myself, man, because that's something I could never ever do like 5 years ago. So, I don't know, gaming skills improving, +1 to aim.
I think that's one of the things. Nice +1. Rolled high. Good job.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think that's one of the things that made Call of Duty so popular from get-go was the sniping in the game was so well done.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that allowed a lot of people who weren't running gun worthy to participate.
Yeah. No, I'm finding out more and more for sure. Break, but I think it's even translating into other games because I like this Close to the Sun. Like, it's not a shooting game or anything like that, but I'm noticing more via the reticle, and I'm having an easier time with the reticle than I was before. And it is actually kind of liberating to know that I'm improving a little bit, and it's
Yeah.
I mean, coming from somebody that's first to admit that I suck at video games, like, it's kind of a huge thing for me. So, it's just one of those things, one of those small joys in life that, I'm just getting slightly better at fucking action games. It's just the way that it is. But, all right, let's move on to...
It's a free-for-all! Little baby! Yeah, it's a free-for-all! Wow!
Break, man, you're something else, you son of a bitch. I gotta say this, man. That was a great comment in chat, but you're still exiled for it. He said Frank is no longer being teabagged by the AI. I didn't know that was possible. Is that possible? Does AI teabag in certain games? That would be funny as fuck.
When they're as bad as you, yes.
Yeah, pretty much, man, for sure. Okay, this week, guys, it's all about pandemic. So, protesting the pandemic, right? I see a lot of people are getting irritated and getting out and protesting, like there were people in Michigan and I think Virginia and Minnesota and other places where the president has kind of like egged on, like protesting and shit like that. What do you guys think about this? Because I know both sides of the argument. The sides of the argument are it's not as bad as what people think on one side, and the other side, you fucking morons, stay inside. because it can only get worse. It's the curve has not flattened. There's no evidence to suggest that this pandemic is slowing down at all. So I don't know. How do you guys feel about it, Breakman? How do you feel?
The death rate's going up, not down.
Yes, it's going up. It's not going down.
No, I'm back.
The curve is not going down. It's not flattening. It's still rising. All right. To put it in perspective, I know Trump was talking about South Korea, how we're doing so much better than South Korea. Their death toll yesterday, their death toll was 22 people. Do you want to take a guess at how many people died in the United States yesterday from COVID, Breakman?
Over 10,000.
No, it wasn't quite that much. It's over 3,000. So 3,000 people.
Cases, not deaths, sorry.
3,000 people yesterday died from COVID in the United States as opposed to 22. So what world does Donald Trump live in where we're doing better than South Korea on this pandemic? I don't understand it. It's so fucking weird and bizarre. But I just saw that Florida is reopening their fucking beaches. Texas is going to open up completely next week. And I'm wondering...
Unless Trump's just talking about his rich buddies, which, yeah, the numbers would be lower.
His Republican governors that praise him are doing what he wants. Like, they're going to be opening up as soon as they can, you know. And one of the things he wants to open first is, like, sporting events and movie theaters, you know. The things where people are close together in large amounts. You know, something that doesn't spread a pandemic in any way.
Okay. I understand people's frustrations, right? So if you're, I don't care what.
Yeah, we all do, because our government has fucked us over.
Yeah.
Left and right, and they keep continually doing it.
Yeah.
$1,200. A lot of people aren't even going to get their checks till May. Or even later. What the fuck good does that do them right now?
And not only that, you know that the banks can intercept those checks if you owe any money to creditors, right? So fucked up is very, very apt for this whole situation, Breakman. I'm on the side of stay home, right? I was talking to my parents. My dad's a diabetic. He has COPD. So if he gets this fucking COVID, like, he's going to be in a world of trouble, and he may actually pass. He's older, and, you know, we're taking this very seriously. Like everybody's, like, hunkering down, sheltering at home. I go out and I get food every once in a while.
Their 60s.
I go out and I get food every once in a while, and, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, for the most part, I'm sitting right here in my room like I'm doing right now, talking to you guys, you know. So I'm taking it super seriously, and I'm actually really, really sad for the people of Texas. I'm sad for the people in Florida. I'm sad for the people in Minnesota, Michigan. I'm actually sad for the entire country, because this is a horrible...
I think the people of Texas should just rebel and stay closed anyway.
Yeah, I agree. Freak Five's in chat. What's up, Freak Five? I just don't understand. Can't we just? I mean, are we that? Maybe we are that stir crazy that there's no way we could possibly wait a month.
If Trump had done his job back in January, we wouldn't be in the situation as severely as we are now.
That's no question about that. So I just see this thing getting even more out of control.
We wouldn't have to done an economic shutdown.
Yeah, I just think that we're gonna see even more deaths and more, you know, raising. I mean, 300. I think the last number I saw was 300,000 people infected, and 3,000. It was almost 4,000 last time I checked. People died yesterday. The actual number is like what, 40,000. So that's like almost a 10% chance that you're gonna die if you get this fucking virus. It's shitty, and it couldn't come at a worse time for most people. You know, I mean, unemployment is up to I think the last number I saw was up well over 20%. It could be up to 30% by the time, you know, this is over. So what are people to do, man? Like, people are so desperate. $1,200 is going to do nothing for anybody, man. And This government has proven time and time again it doesn't give a fuck about anybody in this country. And Donald Trump, man, I need to see that documentary, Break, man, because I already know how. You know how I knew Donald Trump was awful and should never be anywhere near any office, Break, man.
I mean, I knew a lot of stuff. I knew a lot of stuff, but it goes into detail on some things, and there's just so much horrible shit that he's done that they don't even go into a lot to the stuff.
Yeah.
Also, he's threatening to close the WHO.
The WHO.
He is a modern day supervillain.
Yep.
The
He
Orange
sure is.
Man.
Yep. And you know what? It sucks.
Instead of the red skull, we have the orange skull.
Yeah, the orange skull for sure. He really. I mean, he's a symptom of the bigger problem for sure. He's not. You know, he's not the dictator
He's
that
exploited. Well, the thing is, he has personality traits like other people don't too. Like, he has exploited the system absolutely, and he wouldn't have got in there if the system was better, because he would have gone to prison a long time ago.
Yeah, he should be in prison, man. He should be in prison or in an insane asylum, one or the other, because he's fucking batshit, man.
But he has traits of cult leaders. Like, for instance, have you ever seen him laugh?
Not once. I've never seen that guy.
Like, really laugh. I've seen him maybe a couple times where he's like, ha! But I've never, like, seen him absolutely, like, laugh at anything.
That's a good...
And there are so many videos, TV shows, and everything else, and they're very rare scenes of him ever, like, laughing.
There's something to that, Breakman, and there was a psychologist actually talking about that very subject, about how he has no empathy for anything or anybody. He is the definition of a sociopath. Like, he literally is the definition. He's a walking definition of being a sociopath, and it's scary that he's the most powerful man in the world, man. Like, it really is.
It has to be horrible to live in his head, Like, it's just...
Yeah.
Being him must be terrible.
I actually,
You have no empathy for anyone else. There's no... Just, you want to do what's good for you.
And
at
if
all
you...
times, and you need everyone telling you how great you are.
Yeah.
And when they don't, it's like you're gonna break down. We've seen the temper tantrums he's been throwing when people question him, which is good. I like that the reporters are questioning him and standing up to him.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. It's taken him too long, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, the number one thing that told me everything I need to know about Donald Trump, Breakman, and this goes years and years ago, right? I'm as old as fucking dirt, so I'm able to speak on these things. But I remember he put out that full page ad in the New York Times calling for the Central Park 5 to basically be executed, even though they were exonerated. And it's like, anybody that wants to kill... That's why I think the death penalty is just fucked up beyond all recognition, man. Like, I don't understand the death penalty. I'll never get it. I used to be, on the other side of things with the death penalty, but this particular case, there were 5 people know the story, right? 5 people, they were accused of raping this woman, sexual assaulting her, and all this, beating her, and all this stuff. It come to find out, they were innocent. Their DNA didn't match. They were not the people, even though they got a coerced confession, which later on came out that they did coerce them into confessing. But they were not the people that assaulted this woman. And the guy still wanted to kill him because, they probably have something in their, they probably did something, is what his logic was. And I'm like, anybody that's willing to kill a human being based on their fucking feelings is not a human being themselves, and that's Donald Trump in a nutshell. And you're right, Breakman. When have you ever seen that guy like really laugh at something? Like, we're on this show, we always laugh at shit. We're sane, we have human emotion. That guy is out of his fucking mind. I wish why doesn't somebody ask him that? Like, when they have these stupid briefings, have you ever laughed? Have you ever laughed in public? Because we've never seen a video of you laughing. I mean, it's true. When have you ever seen the guy laugh?
The happiest you've ever seen him is in, say, a rally or when he's partying. When he's
And
when you see him like with Jeffrey Epstein partying,
yeah,
and when he's getting people praising him, are the only times you ever see him happy.
but his happiness.
But it's just a smile, and he's never laughing, he's never enjoying himself.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. I think you're right, dude. I think there's something definitely mentally wrong with the dude, and maybe we should have. I mean, I want to say sympathy break, but maybe that's the wrong word to use, because how can you have sympathy about,
We're way past that
for somebody that doesn't have any empathy or sympathy for anybody else, and it's like, it just, I want to say it's time for him to go, but look who he's going up against, another fucking sociopath, Biden. You know what I mean? Like, at least with Trump, you know what you're fucking getting. You know you're going to get the racism. You know you're going to get, shitty things. But there are moments of clarity with Trump, Breakman, that would fucking floor you. You know how we were talking about Medicare for all? Guess who's at the forefront of trying to get Medicare during this pandemic, like expanding Medicare? It's fucking Donald Trump of all people.
This is capitalizing on the Democrats' failure. That's
exactly. That's exactly.
Which I can't give him too much credit for.
Yeah, that's right. You're right, Eric. But the Democrats aren't even saying we need Medicare for all during this fucking pandemic. Of all fucking people, it's shitty Donald Trump. And I don't get it, man. It's really fucking weird, man. Oh. Let's see. Texas.
We're talking about Donald Trump. He says one thing one day, and then he'll say something different the next, too.
Yeah, but at least he says something.
I can't put stock into him saying, like, oh, yeah, I'm for Medicare. Well, he's doing it now, but, maybe he'll change.
That's the thing.
Everything he does depends on his attitude of the day.
I know. And it's erratic, and it's irrational, and all this stuff, Breakman, but I can't. I mean, I'm looking at somebody like Joe Biden who said, if check this out. This is how demented.
Joe Biden. God damn it. How did we get to this point?
I know how we got to this point. We've chronicled it on this show.
Sorry.
We've
I kind of went. If I were real, I'd be horrified to see what Trump's cognitive world would look like.
Yeah, it's getting really bad. Like we're now to the. You know how we used, like, the last election cycle, Breakman, it was the lesser of two evils between Trump and Hillary. Now we're to the point where we're thinking the lesser of two rapists. We're now down to two candidates that are rapists, Donald Trump and Joe motherfucking Biden. And we have to decide between those two fucking idiots, man. I am not. I have already said I think I'm gonna vote green this time. Like I'm tired of voting the lesser of two evils, man. Like something's got to change, man. And it's either I vote green or I just don't fucking vote at all, or I write in somebody. I'll write in fucking Mickey Mouse or some stupid shit, because like I'm sick of the whole fucking system, man. I think after November, Breakman,
what's this progressive Democrat shit? Let's just make a progressive party.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Eric, you hit the nail on the head. We tried to like have this veil of what do you call it, visibility called the Justice Democrats or the Progressive Democrats or shit like that. It's not working. It's got to be a third motherfucking party that actually is progressive, either a progressive party or a fucking People's Party or a progressive People's Party or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know what I mean? I mean, this duopoly, which is actually not a duopoly, they're both the same. Democrats and Republicans take I talked to this about this before we got on the air, Breakman, with Eric, and we talk about it all the time. If you're getting money from the same fucking donors, what is going to change? What's going to change? Like, if the donors are calling the shots and the donors fund both the Democrats and the Republicans, what the fuck is going to change? Nothing's going to change. It's going to be the same. It's going to be the fucking same. So, yeah, Wyland says, lol, Biden. I agree, man. Like, fucking Biden. Of all fucking people, man. Fucking Biden. Oh, well,
I'm having problems with the internet right now. Sorry. Like, I'm listening to everything, but all of a sudden, web page crashed here.
Oh, shit.
Check.
Yeah. Well, that's probably our cue to end. I know we're going to probably end a little bit early today, but, It's getting hot in this fucking.
Biden is the kind of guy. He's the kind of guy that would have his nieces sit on his lap.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Not. They wouldn't like try to sit on his lap. He would get them to sit on his lap.
Ugh.
You know?
Yeah.
Have you seen videos of Biden like touching inappropriately and sniffing and
Yes,
oh god,
exactly.
he's so gross, man. He is like beyond gross. Freak 5 says the Judean People's Front. What is that? What is that, man? But yeah, it's sad that we now, instead of picking the lesser of two evils, we got to pick the lesser of two rapists. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not gonna vote for either one, and I don't give a fuck, man. Like, people can blame me and shame me or try to shame me. It's not gonna work because you know what? You got to earn my fucking vote.
Let's get a point in chat. Not to interrupt you, but what I said before about him making nieces sit on his lap. He wouldn't know they were his nieces. That's a good point. I mean, I'm talking about creepy Uncle Joe here. He doesn't know which room he is in and what state he's in, or he doesn't even realize he's on planet Earth half the time.
I saw an interview with him yesterday, and he rambled. He was on with Anderson Cooper and Gupta, and I'm like, what is this guy even? They both were like looking at the screen like, what is he talking about? Like, this is the fucking nominee? This fucking guy? Fuck, man. We're so fucked, man. We're fucked. Anyways, Freak 5 says, have you seen the life? Oh, that's what I knew. That sounded familiar. Freak 5, yeah, Life of Brian, the Judean People's Front. Yeah. Okay, now I know what that reference is from Freak 5. Yeah. So yeah, it just, I don't know, man. Like people are so disillusioned. There's a reason why more than about half of the country doesn't even vote at all, because what is the fucking point, man? Really, what's the fucking point? I mean, you vote for Democrats who are basically Republicans in sheep's clothing. You vote for Republicans, you get the NRA bullshit and all the nonsense that comes with Republicans. I mean, people have no choice in this country anymore. They really don't. You guys got anything else that you want to talk about before we leave?
Well, and a lot of the problems are how our media handles everything.
Oh,
too.
the media is
I think
awful.
this last couple weeks they've been really confronting Trump. Like I said, why did it take so long? This is the way it should have been. But if Biden gets into office, they will softball the fuck out of him, just like they did Obama.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
It'll be like another, like, he can get away with whatever he wants because they'll cakewalk it.
Yeah, here's a reason why I think Biden's gonna lose, Breakman, because they were all over Bernie, quote unquote, being mean to Biden, right? You don't think Trump's gonna be 100 times worse to Biden? You don't think he's gonna point out the fucking obvious, that the guy can't speak and mumbles all the fucking time and you know, forgets where he's at half the time and touches girls and has rape allegations against him? I mean, you think Bernie was bad going, you know, talking to Biden about Social Security? Wait till Trump starts talking about the rape allegations and the fucking way he touches girls and the way he can't remember anything. And, oh, man, it's going to be a fucking bloodbath. I think it's a 50-50 shot at this point to be either one. Like people are like, what the hell, you know? Freak Pie says, has anyone been playing the Final Fantasy remake? Eric, I think you're close to beating it, or have?
I'm on chapter 9 of 18.
Oh, okay, so you're halfway through. Eric's halfway through. I played the demo. I like it a lot. I don't have the money to get it right now, Freak 5, but I'll wait for a sale and I'll get it, because I liked what I played. I did have my issues with that demo, but it's just a demo. I don't believe Break is playing it. Are you?
I don't have a PlayStation.
Is it only on PlayStation?
He stole a PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
He's just not telling us.
Oh, by the way, real quick, this is something we could talk about real quick. I believe the PlayStation 5 is going to be either $500 or $550 in that range.
Yeah.
So, Freak says he's on chapter.
Well, that's not bad. I mean, Xbox One X is still $500. So.
Yeah, it's not terrible, but it's it looks
They're
good.
gonna lose money on it, but hopefully they can make it up.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, so Eric's on chapter 8, Freak's on chapter 8.
No, he's
I'm
on chapter
I'm
9.
On chapter 10. I said 9.
Oh, you're on
it's
chapter
actually
10.
10 now.
Yeah,
I
9.
just got to 10.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's really weird. All of us are in the same chapter, different games, but same chapter.
That is kind of weird. It's PS4 exclusive. Okay, I thought it was. I did. Is it timed exclusive or is it just exclusive?
Yeah.
Right
pretty
now it isn't, but I don't know. Maybe in a year or two it'll probably come to Xbox because Square want the money.
Yep.
And, exclusive. We've talked many times about how stupid exclusive.
Is anybody
is.
taking pre-orders for the PS5 yet? Is GameStop taking pre-orders?
No.
Okay.
They are not open right now.
Yeah, they're only sort of open, but that's only for fulfilling pre-orders.
Yeah,
really.
yeah. They're curbside for now, I think, is what I heard last. But they're a piece of shit company, anyways. But I'm gonna put a pre-order on the PS5. I know they're gonna come out with another PS5 later that's gonna be so much better, et cetera, et cetera. But
yeah, especially since it's gonna probably be hard to get.
Yeah, it's gonna be extremely hard to get. I'm actually. I gotta get it, man, because
I'll put the minimum amount of money down, and then I'll put the rest later.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be $50 at bare minimum to reserve one, but whatever. Okay, I think that's about it, guys. Let's do our plugs. What do you want to plug, Breakman?
This.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man! Go all show. No fucking harmonica, and we get that. That's what we get. You're exiled, you son of a bitch.
I need to look into getting a Best Buy and pre-ordering there.
Yeah. Okay, what do you want to plug, Break?
You can also follow me at Break_man on Twitter and at RPGrinders, where you can ask your Breakman
Is Mother Nature a dirty asshole, or is Mother Nature going, hey, you fuckers trying to reopen the states?
Freak 5 is exiled. Freak 5 is exiled, you son of a bitch. Look, he comes in late.
Going outside now, bitches.
You know who was winning the exiles? It was Breakman until Freak 5 got a couple exiles at the end. So your title's intact, Freak 5, you son of a bitch. All right, so at RPGrinders, where you can send Dear Breakman questions, anything at all. Breakman really loves the questions about butt plugs and nipple clamps and stuff like that. So if you have any sexual questions, he'll be more than happy to.
Did we get a nipple clamp? I know we had butt plug questions.
He likes sounding devices.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch! Sorry.
That's my line, man. All right, Eric, what you got, man?
Well, we mentioned it earlier at the beginning of the show, but I write reviews at sites like BostonBattlesBrigade.com, VogNetwork.com, TotallyGN.com. Got a review of Persona 5 Royal up now, because he apparently was around when I posted it to him, so he just got it up there. And you could read that if you want. And if you like that and want to see more, supporting me with as little as $1 a month would help me out a lot. And you can find my Patreon at RPG. It's in my profile description. Or you can just go there. And that's it, really.
Okay. As for me, you can follow me on Twitter at Frank Branches. You can follow me on any of the systems, RPGrinders on PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox, but I mostly play PlayStation, but I will occasionally pop on the other system. So if you sent me a request and I haven't gotten to it, I will eventually get to it. What else? Fire Steve Mnuchin for sure, because he's a worthless piece of fucking shit. What else do I want to play? Oh, check out the movie VFW. I can't say how great that movie. It stars William Sadler. If you don't know who that is, he was on Demon Knight. He was on Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Stuff like that. Fred Williamson.
He was in Bill and Ted. He was in Bogus Journey.
Oh yeah, but he was dead.
I just had a thought. I was like, are janitors wearing hazmat suits now?
Yeah. Let's see what else. Yeah, it stars Fred Williamson from a lot of the blaxploitation movies back in the 80s, 70s. Stephen Lang, who's an underrated actor for sure, and a few other people that I forgot to mention. Oh, David Patrick Kelly from Commando and The Crow fame. So it's got a lot of old school good names in the movie.
I have a question. Can you guys rent Parasite yet?
I can rent it. I can buy it.
Where do you rent it at?
Voodoo or Fandango or what's the other one? Google Play. You can rent it there too. So you got options. So
if you haven't seen that, go see it.
I want to see it, man. Maybe I'll rent that tonight or tomorrow. That's a good one, Eric. I might watch that. Let's see what else. So VFW. And that's about it. I don't have much else to plug. Tip your drivers.
I had another stinko I wanted to add in here real quick, though.
Okay.
All the people who are saying, we should open the economy and people should sacrifice their lives for it. Politicians.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Fuck that.
Yeah, it's just a few lives.
If you can afford to stay home.
From the 80s, 70s.
Like Kennedy and
how
them
dare
assholes.
you? How dare you guys? You guys suck.
70s.
8070.
I forgot what I was gonna say, guys.
BC.
Before it was called even BC.
Yeah. How dare you guys? You guys are sons of bitches, man. Stay safe out there. Stay indoors if you can. It's getting scary, and I know they're reopening some places. So if you're out in Texas, Florida, Michigan, all these, different
Even if
Ohio.
they reopen, don't stay home.
Yeah, try to stay home as long as you can. I know people need money to survive and all that.
Let me add that to the stinko list too. All the companies are now refusing to sell toilet paper online. You're making it really fucking hard for us to stay home.
Yep.
Fucking shitheads.
Yeah, they're
even the Circle K I went to is selling toilet paper.
Jesus, man.
Wow.
Okay.
Like Kroger, they took it off their website. Walmart, they're not selling it by website now. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
How can people stay home when we can't even fucking buy toilet paper?
Yeah, well, you have to go to the store to buy it, man. That's the way it is.
They're also pre-making all the hot dogs and shit, so you don't have to, reach into there.
Yeah. Okay. Again, a heartfelt, stay safe. I know I say that every week, but it's been increasingly important that you all stay safe out there.
Especially if it's snowing where you live. And then you have to watch out for the roads if you do have to go out.
Yeah. Stay safe out there. We want to see you back here next week and every other week after. Till then, we're out. Later, everybody. You just had to, didn't you? Fucking walking off this goddamn show.
I was see if you would hear it. Like, I was hoping you wouldn't hear it. I was trying to find.
Walking off. All right, everybody in chat, thanks so much. Wyland, Freak 5, everybody listening on the archives, etc., all that good shit. Break his mic. How dare you, Freak 5? You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch, man. That's okay. Everybody else thinks I'm the best grinder, except for 90% that think Eric's the best RP grinder. Another TV viewer was in there. Thank you so much. Commander Root. A10. Thank you. 5, of course. And Wyland, our good friend Wyland. You guys stay safe, man. I know we're out in Iowa, which... Your governor's a piece of shit, but, stay safe, dude. I know you're out on the front lines, essential working, so,
I have to work, too.
Yeah, I know, Eric. I'm just saying,
And we can't use vacation time, which sucks.
That does suck, man. That's really shitty, man. What if you guys get sick, It's like, tip your drivers, too, man.
We get sick, If we get sick and it's related to COVID, we get 10 days of paid vacation.
Yeah, good luck getting the testing on that fucking shit. I know Black Cat got sick and he went to the ER today, and they're like, we don't think it's COVID. Just go home. You got he had a fever and he was having chills and shit. He's like, oh, you got a mild bug. Yeah, doesn't sound like a mild bug to me, man. I hope Black Cat's okay.
It's kind of dumb because at the workplace. We have these monitors everywhere that show us little factoids and information on COVID along with other things. But saying if you feel sick don't go to work, but like if we don't go to work, we still get occurrences. So how does that work?
That's corporations for you, bud. That's how they work, man. Like Bernie's working at a.
Do we just at the line say I think I might have COVID, and then they'll just let it wave it up or something?
Yeah. Freak 5 says on Monday.
I haven't tested that theory myself.
On Monday, his job is going to start taking temps. That's a good thing. That's a good thing, Freak 5. That's a good step.
They're handing out masks to people who want them at work.
Yeah, I would grab one, Eric.
Yeah,
I already have one. My parents gave me one.
Yeah, good. Wear it anywhere you go, dude. Like this shit's getting out of control, man. Hey, everybody in chat, thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. I know it was a short show today, but man, it's really hot in this fucking room right now, and I'm,
I just didn't like. I don't want to wear the mask at work though, because now I have to put goggles over my glasses, and then I have to wear that mask on top of that. It's gonna be too much shit on my face.
No, I know, Eric, but dude, I mean, I don't want you getting sick, dude. Wear that fucking mask, dude. I mean, that's, I mean, I know they say this is, this virus affects older people, but I think it's actually horseshit. I think it affects everybody in equal measure. And,
it's just that younger people have a better resistance to it. That's all.
I guess, man.
Better resistance isn't complete resistance, so.
That's cool, Freak 5. He says his job is nice. If it's COVID related, he won't get an occurrence. That's actually, that's the way it should be, clear across the board. But most people don't think of it that way. All right, guys in chat, thank you guys. You guys know where to reach me. I'm not gonna do a Grinder dance party tonight, but next week I probably will. So hope you guys have a good, safe week and all that good fun stuff.